Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are kind of switching things up and we're actually gonna have a couple of tutorials in this video. One for sheep farms, a cooked chicken farm, cactus and sugarcane. Bamboo will come later, I promise. If you're mainly just here for those, I should have chapters below, so just, go ahead, click on one of those. Otherwise, just kind of hang out, enjoy the vibes, maybe, like, comment, all that, stuff. Also, if you really enjoy this, you should totally join my Discord and check me out on Twitch. I will eventually be streaming on there again. Alright, let's get to the video. Also, I forgot to mention, this is my Minecraft Forever world. I'm doing large biomes, and we're just kind of taking things slow. Anyways, let's get right into it. To get started with the whole mining adventure, I am going to use this space that I've been mining out for cobblestone to build the house, which is just down here. I think we really should light up some of this. You don't want a creeper, sneaking up on you. But yeah, just down here, we actually have this pretty nice sized room, but I think it needs some sprucing up. Literally. So I'm gonna add some details into here, and I guess you get to watch that. We got it nicely decorated down here. I do think it works out very well if I could, actually work my way over. I added little support things, trying to make it look like kind of mine shafty. And I hung up some glowberries to kind of grow and add green, and they'll add some light to the place down here. And then we got all of this leaf litter scattered about, but I promise it's super intentional. It's made to kind of look like you're tracking mud and whatnot through as you're walking through the little cave system. And then just some basic storage, a bed to set spawn, so in case I die down there, I'm at least a little bit closer to, try to beat that 5-minute timer. Oh, and a floating piece of gravel. So yeah, I think it's time to actually get to the mining now. We had such a successful mining trip. I broke so many pickaxes. And we found so much stuff down there. I'm gonna let you guys check out, what we got going on for that. And then right after, I'm gonna show you all the resources we gathered up from that. Well, it seems like we have found our first little cave system. And honestly, I am terrified. And this is the reason why I'm terrified. I cannot... Oh my gosh. Why does he have armor? Oh, and you can see my mortal enemy right there. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, I see something I'm actually so excited about. I'm gonna light it up a little bit and then we'll check it out. Over here, I saw low berries, guys. Come on. And that's exactly what we were looking for. Oh my gosh. That's actually one of the things that we weren't able to find when doing the big exploration. I mean, I was keeping an eye out for the azalea trees up above, because when you find an azalea tree, underneath is usually one of these, you know, lush caves. And apparently an enderman. But yeah, we're gonna make our way over there and we're gonna actually check it out. So we are having some difficulty getting across. Guys, okay, so I'm bridging across, just still working my way over here, which, oh, there's some iron, which is taking so much longer than I thought it would. Oh, there's some over there too. But if we look, also, where's that zombie? We look down here. That's a good sign. Maybe we'll have an ancient city nearby. All right, we made it over here, but we got an inventory to clear out, and it should be as easy as that. Nice and organized, things compacted, you know, thanks to the bundle again. So now I'm just gonna spend some time looting this cave. Less than 5 minutes later, I just picked out a couple of necessities. There really wasn't much to this, so moving forward. Moving forward. Oh my goodness, we keep hitting the jackpots. This is a geode, and we will definitely be coming back for that. These caves are not safe at all. Light it up the best we can. Oh, there's a zombie spawner, that's why. That makes our second zombie spawner we've found so far in this series. Obviously, I'm picking up the iron. Let's see if we got anything good. Redstone. Name tag bread. Coal and... oh, horse armor. Nothing amazing. We'll keep going. This is the skulk stuff, isn't it? It's kind of in the way. Just trying to make my way down, guys. Do we use a little cheaty cam and try to take a little peek? I think so. Oh. It's a whole thing down here. I do think we'll be safe to just kind of keep on going, and we'll come back to this later. Maybe episode 10 or something later. We're, you know, more prepared. We made our way down to Y level -55. And this is one of the best spots to be mining diamonds at, because you don't have to deal with the stupid lava lakes. So yeah, time to attempt to get some diamonds. Guys, our first diamonds, let's go. Let's see how many we get. Okay, that's number 3. Well, 3 diamonds is better than nothing. That means we can make a pickaxe, we can get obsidian, we can go to the Nether, and we can get ourselves an enchanting table. Yes! We found our next set of diamonds. Oh, and this is a big vein. Yes! Oh my gosh, it's an 8 vein. That's actually kind of crazy. Well, with that, we can start heading back home. I mean, I still need to find obsidian, but I might just dump some water on some lava. So we'll meet back at the house. So as you can see, it was a pretty big little adventure. And I think we came out, you know, pretty well. Whole bunch of copper, some iron, gold, redstone, and stuff to make a diamond pickaxe. Which this is gonna change everything for us. My next big step is to find obsidian. Even if I have to, you know, find a lava lake or something and dump some water on it. Because we need to go to the Nether. Because I need quartz for these farm tutorials that we're gonna get to on later in the video. Plenty of obsidian later, and I'm just, you know, up here trying to think of a good spot to put the Nether portal. But honestly, I can't think of one. So we're just gonna do a temporary portal for now. This is a good enough spot for now. So I'm just gonna go ahead. We're gonna get the corners down. We're gonna build up the sides. Can't reach that side. We'll do the top. And then build up the other side. I like jumping off of stuff. But let's go ahead and light it. We've pretty much all done this before. Nothing special, you know? Oh, Soul Sand Valley. That's actually not the worst biome. Especially since there's so many bone blocks. That's gonna come in handy for sure. Now I'm just gonna gather up some nether quartz and avoid all these skeletons behind me. And we'll meet up again in the overworld. Quartz has been gathered. Now let's go hang out in creative mode so I can show off what we're gonna be doing. This is my very first redstone tutorial, so please bear with me. But today we're going to be discussing cactus farms, sugarcane farms, sheep farms, specifically for the wool, and an auto chicken cooker. And I will give you guys a little run through on kind of how to set them up. But down below there'll be little chapters, so just go ahead and click on one of those if there's a specific farm you're looking for. Cacti farm are super simple. The main thing is say you have a cactus right here, right? You want a block in between on each side so they don't interfere with the cactus, so that when it pops off, it can clearly land in the water below. So we'll go ahead and kind of raise this up, get it on its sand, and then we'll get the block in that makes this all possible, which is our fence right here. When the cacti grows up into the fence, it will just kind of pop off. So if I go and change the tick speed up pretty high, it's just gonna be going. And the best part about this is with something small like this, we can easily funnel all of that into just a single hopper down here. Now, I did say these are infinitely expandable, which is not hard at all to do, so don't worry. They just have to be one block apart. And ideally, you would kind of make use of your space correctly so that you're using the least amount of spruce fence gates. Because sometimes, especially if you expand it up, so say I got it like this, we get our second set of cacti going in. Sometimes the cacti will get stuck and fall onto the fence gate, which for some reason it's not doing it right now, but trust me on this, I have a lot of cacti farming experience. But again, just super simple. They're a great source of green dye. You can run them through a furnace to build up XP. I think you can even compost it, but don't quote me on that quite yet. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, you can even compost it. So slow. You could use it for bone meal as well. If I need to go in into more depth about this, just let me know. But they are overall just super simple farms to make. You just gotta make sure you keep your one block gap, like so. And you can expand it up, down, to the sides for pretty much however big you can want, need, or not even need it to be. Though it is important to note, these cacti flowers probably won't come off unless you're super duper lucky. The only reason they really are right now is because of the tick speed being so high, like it is the cactus gets to grow up the one extra block, which normally isn't the case. Because usually it'll just, oh, just like that. I hope you get the point. But yes, perfect, just like that. We can even make it just a smidge faster. But yeah, time to move on to the next part. So next, we're going to be talking about the sugarcane farm. And sugarcane farms are also relatively easy. So if we come over here, you can take either dirt, grass, sand, mud. All of those work as long as you have a water source. Some sort of water next to the plant, right? Now, my preferred method is to build up. I have to slow down the tick speed and have pistons behind everything. Just one block up because you don't want to remove the bottom. And then a wall behind. And then you place observers facing down. Facing down meaning this little face looking guy is looking at the sugar cane. And I like to do it every other block or so, just because it makes it a cheaper farm. Because observers aren't cheap, right? We could even do it like that. It does slow it down slightly, but it's not that big of a deal, I promise. And then a big part of this is we need a line right behind. And we will take redstone, Peter. We will bring the redstone that's all the way up here. Peter out. So then when the observer detects a difference, it completely gets rid of the entire line. Like so. Expanding them is not quite the same because you are limited to the water's flow distance for these types of farms. Since water only flows so far, you can only take the farm that far per segment, right? But in theory, you could, I don't think that's gonna reach. One more. You could have 2 farms. I do recommend, if you do have 2 farms facing each other, so you say you have your sugarcane here, right? And then you build up the wall for your pistons. So we'll have our pistons on both sides. Gotta break these, they'll get in the way. Have your pistons here. That way they're facing each other. But then I recommend taking some glass panes. And just bringing them along all the way down. So that when the sugarcane grows up and the observers detect it, the pistons are pushing it into the glass instead of over to the other side, right? Which, super simple. Obviously, you can take a hopper and throw it right in the middle for auto pickup. But yeah, it's just that simple, right? Now we'll move on to the next farm. To talk about the sheep farm, we are actually coming over here. And the reason for that being, the sheep farm requires a couple of extra steps, right? You got observers into a dispenser full of shears that shear down the sheep. And you have to set it up a sort of funky way to get the wool to go from the block all the way through. And to do that, we need a minecart furnace and our hopper. You want to make sure your hopper is in the final spot, so you can't really move it without breaking a vital part of the mechanism. So minecart on a rail on a hopper. These glass blocks are important. That's where you're gonna have your grass. And it's also gonna help hold the minecart in place. But you then break the rail like so. It'll pop down. And you get your other block in place, which, you just like so. And then we set up our grass block. It could be dirt as long as you plan to spread the grass to it. That is a-okay. The grass block, piston, double check that the rail is gone, because that's an annoying mistake. Even I still make almost every single time. And then once you're here, all you have to do is push the piston and surround this bottom block with grass. I'm using the green stained glass to kind of signify grass, just to make things more visible. But once you have all your grass in place, we actually don't need this one. We get our observer. Remember, face side towards the block that you want to watch. We are watching for the sheep to eat the grass to regrow its wool, okay? But then we observe this one. And we take another block just to make this a little easier, resource friendly. So we're observing the redstone, which this will light it for just a second, which will set this off. And then we observe that block. And this one will shoot out our... Well, it's not going to shoot them out. It will use our shears on the sheep. Why not? Okay. But yeah, shears for the sheep. And then we do actually want glass on these other blocks so the grass doesn't go away. And then all you really have to do after that is get your sheep in the hole. I did not mean to put that many in there. But it shears the sheep. The grass will regrow. The sheep will eat it, re-get its wool. And the cycle just continues. So then we get our wool just underneath. If you're interested in it, you can always set up a hopper leading in to the dispenser. That way, you know, you have a really nice stockpile of shears and you don't have to check it for a very long time. If need be, I can make a more in-depth tutorial for the sheep farm in the near future, as I consider this a vital part of every builder's world. Because sheep just add so many different colorful blocks to every build palette. Now we're gonna work on the chicken cooker machine. So you need a little 3x3 and a hopper with a dispenser facing towards the outside. We're gonna put down a slab. Then we got comparator sticking out of the dispenser. And then redstone, repeater facing towards the comparator, and then towards the dispenser. That way, when anything enters, it shoots out. And this is our little chicken killing chamber. They're just the right size so that when they grow up, right now they kind of hang out underneath, but when they grow up, they make contact with the lava in the cauldron, and that's what burns them alive. It's a little morbid when you put it that way, I guess. And then we get our other hopper. We just build another little chamber. And this one is where we put all of our adult chickens. I guess I can just grab actual chicken. So these chicken will lay their eggs. They'll go into the hopper, into the dispenser, which will shoot them out. And then as they grow up, they become food. It's just that simple. Super quick and easy way to get unlimited food. Well, as quick as getting the quartz for the comparator, I guess. But yeah. Chicken one's the fastest. It pretty much is just this. Like, I guess if anything, you could expand the chicken chamber. So that you hold even more chickens in here. This one needs to get out of my way. But you don't want too many because you don't want to end up entity cramming the little chickens that are in this bottom area. So that's like the only thing you gotta watch out for this little chicken farm. And yeah, I'll just walk around it a little bit so you can get a good view. Also, these glass blocks can be literally any other block. They're just to make things visible. Honestly, the little baby chickens being a little bit smaller, best part of this update, because they just work perfectly now. Before, you had to do it a little jank, and a lot of the items would fall in the lava, and yeah, this is just so much better. So I clearly got a little tongue-tied and mixed up in the past couple of clips. Please ignore that. I promise I'm not always like that. Okay, maybe a little bit. But as much as I would love to get started on bringing these farms into our world here, we have run out of time. I was not expecting the video to be even nearly as long as it has. So you'll just have to check in next time and see what we do with those farms. Because I promise you, they're going to be a lot cuter in this world than they are in that stinking creative world. But for now, bye-bye.